What's up, guys? Good morning, good morning. There might be an echo. Let me mute this real quick. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Just making sure volume's working. All right, so how is everybody doing this morning? Yeah, kicky trends. Yeah, man, I don't ever take trades, bro. I just look at stocks all day, you know. That's sarcasm. Yeah, I take trades every day, man. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad, you know. All I can do is stick to my levels. My wife is good, cool, appreciate it, man. Yeah, she's fine, bro. She's still recovering from the from the spinal tap or the lumbar puncture or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, she's been kind of on bed rest for a few days afterwards, but she did not have meningitis. She was negative for meningitis, and so yeah, she's okay. Appreciate it. All right, so we got Netron in here. Good morning, Frio. Good morning, Daddy Trader. Good morning, Tiny. Good morning, Rel. Dark Squad. Good morning, Gian. Good morning, Anthony. Huguetes. Good morning, Casey Mack. Good morning. Cool. Good morning, Dark. Good morning. Walk the USA. Good morning. What's up, Sebastian? Danny. John O. Carrillo. Truth. Darren. Sorry, I keep forgetting to say that. Sorry, I'll remember it. It'll take me a little while. It might take me a few times, but takes a little while. But it'll click. I'll remember. All right, but yeah, you can see PTI going absolutely crazy this morning. What's up, Deshaun? What happened to Tiny? She's tired. Hey, it's a good thing you were studying, though. I mean, yeah, I try to get my sleep. I'm the type that needs my sleep. With kids, though, it's kind of tough to get the amount of sleep you really want. You really need, I should say. Nice job, Darren. Good work, bro. Nice job, man. Yeah, we got PTI looking good. Probably the biggest runner this morning. There's YECO. There is ACHC, which is what I'm looking at. We'll see if the cannabis stock starts to calm down some, just because, I think everybody was kind of waiting for this legalization day that was yesterday, and now that they're legal, we'll see if the cannabis stocks still have some momentum. What's the news on PTI? Yeah, give me a second, man. I'll go over the news. Yeah, for sure, man. Especially when they're that young, Sebastian. The only difference, though, is like when they're that young, they sleep all the time. When they're 6 months old, they sleep all the time. They sleep like probably a majority of the day, and that's fine. They wake up every few hours though, which is tough to get like REM sleep. But they do sleep a lot when they're that young. My son's 4, and he's going through his night terror stage, so he's like waking up every single night. The only way my wife and I have found to get around it is to let him sleep in his sister's room, in my daughter's room, and if he sleeps in there, he'll kind of sleep through the night. What's up, John? Good morning, John. But yeah, it was actually good news. My daughter's been getting bullied by this girl at school for like the last year, just about. And like my wife has told the school, and they haven't really done anything. And so it's I'm not trying to be mean to 9-year-olds, but I told my daughter what to say if she picks on her again. And basically, I told my daughter to tell her the truth. I told my daughter to tell her that the only reason you pick on people is because you secretly feel bad about yourself and are insecure. And so that she actually feels sorry for you. You know, that my daughter feels sorry for the girl picking on her. And just if she picks on you and she's really mean, just tell her that. And I bet you she'll stop. And so yesterday when I picked my daughter up from school, she said she was called into the guidance counselor's office because she told her that. And, you know, she got really, really sad. And so, I mean, and that's okay. You know, here's the thing. She's been really bullying my daughter for a year, really hurting my daughter's self-esteem. And so I think it was just time. The school didn't do anything. You know, the school didn't even do anything to my daughter because they said she was standing up for herself, which I think at some point is necessary. And so, yeah, I was actually proud of my daughter that she did it, that she actually told her that. It was time, though. Yeah, man. I mean, I'll stop talking about this in a second. We'll go back to stocks. But yeah, I mean, my wife had been talking to the school for like a year, and they just hadn't done anything. They just kind of let this kid just pick on my bully. Like, they would form my daughter's name hate groups. You know, they would say my daughter was gross, was ugly, was all these mean stuff to her. And it was really hurting her self-esteem, you know. And so at some point, I think you got to just tell the truth and say, look, the only reason you're picking on people is because you secretly feel bad about yourself. You know, you're secretly insecure. Something about me makes you feel bad about yourself. And so, you know, just realize I understand that. And so I feel sorry for you. You know, that's the only way to do it. And it worked. You know, the little girl stopped, apologized to my daughter yesterday. You know what I mean? At school. And hopefully it'll stop now. We'll see though. Sorry. Yeah, I'm ranting about... I just consider that good news. It was just a kind of a big deal yesterday. All right, so here you go. Here's the list. That's what I'm watching so far. Can't trade PTI. I've looked for some of these. I can trade ACHC. Somebody asked me yesterday what I thought of YECO. I think YECO is eventually going to come down. But with stocks like this, you never really know. Like, a lot of times, they can go up. Like, if you look at draws and some of the other hot sectors, these type of stocks would just kind of go up, you know, 3, 4, 500%. And usually they come right back down. But where their ceiling is going to be determined because you don't really know where the ceiling is. This thing could keep pushing. But once it gets to the ceiling, you know, generally they end up coming right back down. And so I think a lot of people start shorting these once they get to the top and they start to kind of go back down. And, you know, they just kind of ride that downward trend for a day or so. I think that's what a lot of people do. I'll think about it, but... YECO down from 1020. Actually, it's still gapping up some. It's down from its highs at around 1550. But look at PTI. PTI is starting to shoot up here, up to 505 now. It's going to test that whole dollar, gapping up from $1.89. So crazy move on PTI. Looks like some of these cannabis stocks are starting to calm down. There's also ECYT here. ECYT. It looks like some type of acquisition is really what this looks like. Some type of merger or acquisition causing it to gap up like this. Just because it's such a tight range after the gap and there's not really much movement in between. And so it looks like an acquisition or a merger. We'll look up the news in a second. Yeah, still kind of looking around, looking at my gap scanners, see if I could find anything. Yo, what's up, bro? Alright, guys. Yeah, for sure. Hey, can you guys hear Mitch? See, I bought myself some new headphones yesterday, and they're wireless headphones. And so usually I have you on desktop audio, but since Since they're wireless headphones, I don't think it's playing on the desktop. No, they can't. Here, I can figure something out. Here, look. Let me try to turn you up, bro. Hold on, man. Nah, man, you can be here. Hold on, dude. Alright, hold on. Yeah, I'll figure it out. Because we're going to have to figure it out anyway for tomorrow, so. It's looking okay. I can't trade a lot of these big movers. PTI is probably the best, gapping up from 189 to 509. Then we have YECO starting to kind of come back down some in pre, but it looks okay. There's got to be some way to do this. Hold on. I know yesterday I had it on where it came over the speakers as well. You can manage where the audio comes out of. Okay, let me see. It's probably sound control panel. Yeah. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Sound. Alright, so testing. Okay, so I know it's coming out. I mean, I can try doing the headset option, but I just don't want it to I don't want that mic working. All right, say something.
What is going on, guys? Let's do this thing today.
No, it's still not working. Man.
We'll worry about it afterwards, I guess, today. And we'll worry about it tonight or something. Over.
Here, no stress, man. Look, I'll wear my new headphones tomorrow if you're here, bro. Just give me a second. All right, there we go. Say something.
What's going on, guys? Let's do this thing.
Nope. Hold on. I gotta disconnect Bluetooth. Sorry, guys. Try to get Mitch on here. Mitch is here, so trying to. All right, there we go. That should work. Say something.
All right, guys. Should be on now. Should be hearing me loud and clear.
Yes, sir. There we go. All right, we got Mitch back.
All right. Man, that class last night, that was even while hosting it, I felt like I was learning and teaching myself as hosting it. You know, these are definitely the classes that I think really move us up and get us to become better traders. Yesterday's class on trading psychology, even had me going to sleep just kind of thinking about how much of a kind of step up I've made in that kind of area in trading, and while I'm really seeing the profits,
Yep. Oh, I know what I should have done. OSN popping up on my scanners. Here, I'll do this after the stream today, but what I do is somebody else mentioned I need to fix it with OBS. That's true. I need to make the desktop audio device my Bluetooth headphones is what I need to do. But I'll do it after the stream. Might take a little bit. All right, so looking at my scanners here. CRMD's kind of moving up some in pre. PYX kind of had a big day yesterday. Yeah, man, I'm getting impatient. I'm ready for my student account, man. DWT. Oh, look at DWT. It looks good. Citigroup Global. Is this an ETF? All right, DWT is tradable. All right, so probably my main watches, ACHC, DWT, NBEV, and ECYT, baby. Let's look at what IGC is doing here. Yeah, what's up? What's up, Track Racer? Good morning, man. All right, so in a second, I'm gonna run to the restroom in a second, and then we can go over the news. A lot of people are asking me what PTI is, and so I'll go over the news for it really quick right now, just because some people are saying they're not around their computer. So let me find it.
Yeah, PTI is biotech.
Okay.
So this has a tendency and history of running in the past. Usually gaps up really big, then makes some moves. I see a daily resistance at 629. 629, guys. After that, you got a level up there all the way up to 738. So I really watch for that 6 push. You know, it's made an insane move already, guys. It's already up there to 574, up over 200% already. Remember, when a stock is already up 200%, you know, especially if you're going to trade it on the long side, always remember that stocks is going to have a ceiling, you know.
Hey, I'll be right back, man.
Yeah, very unlikely is this stock to get to 1,000%, let's say. So what you really got to start seeing is where can the levels hold and where is this stock heading to. Really determine your risk to reward with a stock like this, especially if you're trying to go on the long side. I think the wheat stocks might have a little bit of a rebound today. If not, I'm going to be looking for the lows of 443 to break. Actually, I'm going to be looking for that $4 breakdown. If it can get under $4, it can crack down on IGC. $4 crackdown. Let me pull up the chat. I don't have it up right now, so that way I can talk to you guys. Can I turn up the volume? My bad, man. You know, I'm not in my normal computer spot, so I'm on my laptop. Things might not sound so clearly as I normally do. You know, so what I got to do is just kind of roll with it. I'm just here kind of taking part, kind of being more of a participant today than an active trader with you guys. Take a look at the gappers list, see if I see anything that looks good. ECYT looks good there. CADC. CADC. Yeah, CADC looks like a stock also. Let's see if this is tradable. And it is not tradable. All right, ECYT is tradable. It's probably going to be the stock to watch today. I need to look up the news and see why this stock is moving for you guys. All right, so it looks like it's a buyout. Yep. We got a buyout.
Wow, look at PTI, guys. PTI is still going. Look at that crazy move. So PTI is up today after positive results from three doublet cohorts of the company's phase 1 studies. And the results were positive. And so it had positive phase 1 results for PTI, which is a bio drug. And so the positive results, that's usually a pretty legit catalyst. And you can see it's definitely showing it here. It's up to 610, high of 624, up from $1.89. And so huge move here for PTI, still pushing up, still running. The next one we can look at is DWT. I think this might be an ETF though. Yeah, this is an ETF. So not really any recent news for this one. Moving on to ACHC. You can see ACHC gapping up some. Kind of looks like an earnings play, but we'll see what it is. I don't really see any recent news for ACHC. I don't see any news or any catalyst there. Some people changed the ratings from a buy to a hold, but that's it. So maybe it's a little slow to update this morning. ECYT is something I'm guessing is an acquisition or a merger, just by how it looks.
It's an acquisition at the price of 24.
Okay. Yeah. Who acquired it? Novartis. Novartis.
Yeah, Novartis. Yeah.
For $2.1 billion.
Yeah, pretty good price. And the real key is they're paying a 54% premium on the closing price of Wednesday, which is $15.56.
Okay.
So essentially, they chose to buy this company at more than 50% of a premium. So that means they really went out there to get this company.
Yeah, guys. They really wanted it.
One of the key things is these shares shouldn't be trading up here at 24. The only reason they're trading up here now is because, of course, the stock was just bought and up there at that price. So what we're going to see is if investors feel that this is an okay price for the stock. If not, then the price should revert somewhere in between 24 and 15.
Right.
It doesn't mean that it's supposed to go all the way down to 15, but it does mean that maybe 24 is too high, and for sure 15 is too low.
Right. I kind of agree with that. I think it'll probably drop some, but where it's going to drop, it's just wherever investors start feeling comfort in there. Ears coming back down after these big moves. And this is something that happens so much in the market. You see a stock like EARS just start to run. A lot of times they start off under $1 and they just kind of break out, start continuing to move. This one ended up getting up to $1.97. Once it reached the ceiling, people tend to forget about it. And what happens? The next 2 days, it just tanks all the way back down to $1. And so this happens so much. We'll see where it goes today. AVGR started to gap, but it gave most of it back. BIOC, DLT, IVZ. IVZ looks interesting. IVZ gapping up from 2094 to 2291. Should be tradable. Looks like a little bit higher float. And it is tradable. So I'll watch IVZ as well. And so let's look up why IVZ is gapping up like this using the bottom chart. All right, so IVZ put out a release that said it agreed to buy a fund from Massachusetts Mutual Life Insurance Company. They said it's going to raise its assets under management to 1.2 trillion. Investico will pay 81.9 million of common shares, worth about 1.7 billion, at $20.94. Also includes some preferred shares, so we'll see where this one goes as well. All right, let me catch back up on the chat. Mike Steele, so to see what's tradable, you go to this trade manager here. To get to this trade manager, you go up to file, or you go up to trade and you just click trade manager. And then once you're there, you go to symbol and you type in the stock under symbol that you want to see if it's tradable. So like PTI is not, NBEV is, ACHC is, YECO is not, so forth and so on. IVZ is, and so you just go to the trade manager under symbol. Okay, somebody's asking to turn Mitch up.
Yeah, I'm muted right now, so I don't know if you were trying to hear me, but yeah, I listened to the stream. It didn't sound bad, so should be able to hear me good. If not, it's probably volume on your side, because I played back the video. It was playing back good on mine.
Nice, Huguetes. Hey, nice quick trade, bro. Nice work, man. What's up, Thomas? Good morning, man. All right, so yeah, just all I can really do is stick to my plan, stick to my trading, and see how today turns out. Waiting on my student package, but trying to think of what I should do with this account, really.
Take a swing.
I don't know, man.
We'll root you on.
Yeah, I think YECO is going to come down some. I mean, it's just up so much already. It's kind of like we said with, what was it, VTVT or some of these other ones that a lot of times when a stock does this and it just skyrockets, you gotta see where the ceiling's going to be. You know, sometimes they go up crazy, like DRYS, that one epic year went up to like $110 from like $2 and then came all the way back down, to $4. So it went from $2 to $110 all the way back down to $4 in like a week or two. Just looking at my scanner, see if I can find anything else here. IGC slightly gapping up some, but it's had a bunch of pretty big red days. Let's look at the daily for IGC. I think this is an interesting level, though. It had some support at $3.90, $3.95, $4. And so if it holds support at $4, it looks interesting for IGC. If it breaks under that, maybe down to... You can see I'm looking at this daily chart here. If it holds support here at 4, it looks interesting to maybe come back up some. But if it breaks under that, it's got some room down to the $2, $3 area, $2.50, $3 area. Yeah, track racer. I never took the course or anything. I mean, I'm still waiting to get mine, but I never took the course or anything. Like with any of these, I try to be honest with people about TradeNet, and I'm not saying their course is bad, but it's definitely
Not good.
a little basic. And you guys know I like TradeNet, but I'm honest about it. It's definitely
Yeah,
a little
it
basic, and I got to be honest
is
with
what it
people.
is.
I'm not going to tell people it's the greatest course ever. It's not a bad course. I think it's more meant for really green traders, like really new traders. It's the basic info for trading. At least the intro package was. I haven't seen the student one yet, but the basic one is for sure. And so
Yeah, I think it's kind of one of those things that gives you a good starter if you don't have any information, but not something that you want to go ahead and fork over the money just because of the course.
right,
Really, what TradeNet gives you is just access to TIFs,
the
which
funded
gives you an
account.
ability to get a funded account of $500 and right now at $400, yet somehow get a max loss of $700.
Right.
And that's really the strength of TradeNet.
Right, and that's what I think is the beneficial thing about it is that you get to lose more than you pay for it.
Yeah, there's not. I don't think there's any broker out there that's matching that right now.
Right, and I think the way they do it, like most of the time, traders fail. I think, and so that's probably the way they do it. But it's still a good deal. I still enjoy using it. Obviously, I mean, I still use it. I've had this account since May, and so I've had this account for a while. But I think it was time for me to get the student. I'm ready for that extra buying power. What's my play on PTI? So I can't trade it. I'm not really trying to make plays for it right now. When I see a stock do this, I'm naturally short biased. I'm just inherently short biased when I see a stock do this. It's just up so much. Now, like I said, there's no telling what it's going to do. I want to see the ceiling hit first. Like, I want to see it take a big wash, give up some percent, and before I really get interested in shorting it. Because you never know. Sometimes these stocks can just keep going and keep going and keep going, like but usually once they start to have like a red day, usually they come back down. Usually they come back down to where they started.
That $6 range is going to be really important. It's starting to find a base there at 590s. Watch out the open for a gun through 6. With this stock, it's going to be very, very important that you know your supports, especially if you're trying to long PTI. You got to know where you're going to risk. Always stay really, really close and disciplined on that risk, because when a stock is moving with this much momentum, you don't want another second to cost you 20 cents.
Right.
That's what most traders don't understand. And in a stock like this, the really important thing is understanding how to manage your risk. When you're doing these kinds of trades, the swings can sometimes be 30, 40 cents. And if it's 30 or 40 cent swings, depending on your share size, that can get pretty emotional.
100%.
So you have to learn how to adapt to that. It might be taking lower share size, or it might be taking quicker profits. Those are the only things that I can kind of recommend. I can't tell you exactly which one's going to be better for you. Only you can know yourself, and just kind of abide by your laws and your rules.
100%. But yeah, real quick before the stream starts, before the market starts, shout out to Trade Ideas for allowing me to use their scans. Definitely enjoying using Trade Ideas. Really a dynamic, thorough scanner that allows you to do a lot of cool stuff. You can see, regardless of what your niche is, they have a scan for it. I can kind of build these high of the day scans, breaking out on volume, new lows, penny stocks, and stuff like that. So a lot of customizable scans. I'll go ahead and post the link if anybody's interested. They like what they see on TradeNet or on Trade Ideas. And there's the link if anybody's interested. So thoughts on MNGA? Here, I'll look at it really quick. The market's about to open. It's a little bit outside of my price range. We'll see what happens. Big support level I'm watching is this 28 cent level. All right, here's the bell, though, coming up.
Let's do this.
There it is. All right.
All right.
Looking at NIO dropping down some at the open, testing the 750 half dollar.
Oh, not ready. Didn't have my VWAP line up.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
All right, we got IVZ pulling back some before the open and down a little bit. Big drop on IVZ here. Kind of looking at this one. What's up, crypto? What's up, brother? Good morning, man. All right, we got YECO pushing up, rebounding some here, up to 13.15 on YECO. PTI just kind of sideways right now. We got IVZ coming down. Kind of looks interesting for a fade on IVZ. I don't like the fact that the VWAP is so close to the previous high of the day on that first candle. And so I think when that happens, a lot of time there is that risk of it getting squeezed up to break the high of the day and kind of pushing up a lot more. I do like the fact that the high of pre-market is right around there. And so that should give me a little bit added protection around here. I forgot to draw my lines out this morning. Interesting level to watch on NBEV is 625. Here goes PTI, maybe going to test that 655 high of pre. Whoa. Look at the VWAP just drop for IVZ. It just dropped so quickly. Kind of takes away my opportunity to get in on a fade here. NIO spiking up some here. It's up to 762. VKTX maybe pulling up to the VWAP there. We'll see. YECO just continuing to run. Going to test the whole $1.15 for YECO. And so interesting here. So remember I said the interesting level to watch on NBEV was this 625 level. Look exactly where it dropped. 625.
IVZ was interesting there. Was kind of thinking about it, but I really didn't get up to 2250, which is what I wanted to take. I wanted to take an 8 to 10 cent risk on this with a potential of 50 cents so that I could kind of make this trade really, really good on the risk to reward so that it could be a viable trade there. Mm-hmm. Definitely gave us a chance, though. There, it went all the way up to 43. Your risk could have been off of 58 there, and trying to take profits at 22.
I think the VWAP dropped a little bit too much for it to be.
Yeah, it was pretty tight.
I'm looking at NBEV here, and IGC is kind of fading off the VWAP. Just such a tight range on it right now, though. But IVZ looked interesting. Looking at NBEV, though, if NBEV gets up to around the 637 level, it's just a tight risk. So from 636 to 637 up to, 643, that's a 3 cent risk. Even if you set it at 645, that's a 5 cent risk, or that's a 7 cent risk. And so, or a 6 cent risk, or a 7 or 8 cent risk. And so tight risk, potential reward could be at the low of the day, so 625. So it looks good. We'll see where that one goes. It needs to bounce, though, obviously. Kind of keeping an eye on NBEV. AMRN spiking up some today. Really big bounce. Kind of looks like a VWAP bounce here for AMRN. Looks halfway interesting here if you look at AMRN. It's right around that VWAP. It broke over it nicely. We'll see if it holds. Risk would have to be at 2075. Forgot to draw my lines this morning. All right, IBZ may be pulling back to the VWAP here at 2216 is where the VWAP is on IBZ. All right, here goes the bounce on NBEV here. Like I said, if it gets up to 634, I'll probably take it. And all I can really do is follow my levels here. All right, I'm in with 100 shares on NBEV. Gonna set a tighter risk at this one at 636, 637 maybe 640. I got up to 636, pushed back down to 634. Yeah, I got to be a little careful. The volume is kind of low on it. I got to remember to take the volume keeps overlapping on my chart. I like it much better when it doesn't, when it does this. I don't like the overlapped volume. It's just a little too confusing here to look to see what the volume levels are actually like.
Stock that is doing a VWAP reject right now that looks
IBZ.
interesting but not tradable is not IVC, at least for me. It's a BIOC. I'm not really looking at that one.
Look at IBZ here. IBZ is right around that level.
It's not too bad.
Yeah, NBEV, the volume's just low. That's why I was worried about these cannabis stocks. I've been playing them so much lately that after it was legalized yesterday, they might slow down some here. NIO pulling all the way back here.
Well, Kron's looking good, so it's not completely out of the water, the idea,
Yeah.
you know. I just think it's kind of tight early. It's early in the market right now, and I don't think they've made a decision on which way they're heading right now.
True. Yeah, I'm going to give myself a tight risk for NBEV. Like I said, either 637, 640s.
Craig is getting some momentum for you long traders. Craig, a China stock. Not tradable.
Yeah, IVZ looked like a beautiful fade. If you look at IVZ here, even just the little move it's made so far from 22, tight risk of 22.12, potential reward down here, at least. All right, here's another low of the day test on NBEV. Liking it a little bit more now. I'm going to see if it can keep going here. First profit's going to try to be around 622s, maybe 623s, but didn't really take big enough sizing, so I may just hold it through. Yeah, and the big mistake I made was just not taking big enough sizing with this one. Just because, if I took big enough sizing, I could take profits here, right around the low of the day, which is where I ultimately want to take profits with these type of moves. Whenever I take too small of sizing like this, it just doesn't give me enough size to take significant profits like I want to. And that's when you get rebounds like this, and I miss out on the profits. We'll see what happens here. Still down to 625, but definitely small sizing. Got in a little bit early, maybe wasn't able to analyze the range. I like the pattern here for the fade, and it came down to the low of the day, so at this point it would have been a success, but just didn't take big enough sizing to really get it. I don't necessarily dislike adding if it gets up to the 630s, but the bid has to get up there for me to actually get that good entry at 630. We'll see. See if it gives me that chance to get an ad in here. If it bounces back. Look at VKTX, Mitch. Nice little fade on VKTX there. Alright, there's the 630s. If I'm going to add, it's going to be around here.
All right, IGC breaking out a little bit there. Cron breaking out a little bit there.
All right, 635, 636s. This is where I got to be careful with IGC. It could start to run here.
Yeah, the other wheat stocks are running a little bit, so
yeah,
definitely need to stay tight to your plan.
Yep.
All right.
All right, there's 638s. Gonna let it test 640 and then jump out if it breaks. Don't want to get squeezed up, so hands over the exit button. All right, I'm out. Got out for 640. Just squeezed up on me. I don't think it was a bad looking fade. Like I said earlier, the biggest mistake I made with this trade, I think, was not taking big enough sizing to take profits down here. Because if I would have taken profits down here, I could have gotten out for a break-even trade. And so it looks like I got out at the right time, but that was definitely my flaw. Look at IBZ here. IBZ fading off the VWAP twice. Really beautifully. Called that one out. But yeah, look at IGC run. Look at NBEV run. So got out at the right time, I think.
One that I think is starting to get some momentum and at least be an interesting stock is TROV. But not tradable for us.
Yeah. And
see, I'm definitely starting to get interesting.
I'm actually happy with NBEV. I got out. I held it to my levels, which is 640, and I got out for a very small loss relative to what it did right after I got out. And this is why you can see 640 was my exit. Look what happened after 640. This thing just pushed up huge, went up to almost 660. So I really like my exit there. Stuck to my plan, and so can't really be upset with myself that I stuck to my plan. Kind of bummed out I missed IVZ because I called this one out multiple times. Beautiful fade. Just perfect. So a little disappointed I missed that fade, but no stress. Just going to move on. Kind of looking at NIO here. If NIO can get up to around 750, I don't think it's that bad.
I always laugh when you mention stocks that I'm already on.
Oh, you're in NIO? Hey, great man.
Not, I'm not on. I'm not in it, but I'm watching.
Right. No, I know what you meant, man. Great minds think alike, brother. You know.
Yeah, that's how it is, bro. Like, gets me a little laugh. It's just like, yeah.
Yeah, I want to see it up a little bit, though. It's got to get up to at least 49, 48.
Yeah, I like it at 50, off of 54. 4-cent, 5-cent risk.
Yeah, I like 55. Yeah, I think that's good. I think it might come down before then, actually, though. But
yeah, I think this is kind of more of a VWAP reject, so I actually wanted to get above the VWAP for a slight second. This, to me, isn't a fade.
Yeah, it's kind of I see it. I think it rejected once, and so at this point, I think it might reject again. It rejected nicely around 656, 657.
Oof. Looks like it's a resistance test kind of day for the weed stocks. They're starting to get some little strength.
Kind of looking at AMRN as well. AMRN's right around the low of the day. If it bounces up to 2083, you set a tight risk of 2095 for about a 12-cent risk. Potential reward would at least be down to 70s.
Second day that AMRN does a beautiful VWAP reject.
No, that's what
beautiful.
I noticed that one earlier too.
Yeah, I just didn't. I took my eye off of it when it was at VWAP. Thought I was gonna do a VWAP bounce kind of. And if I would have kept my eye on it, definitely that 21 entry, risking off of 21.06 or 08. You got 8-cent risk there with a first potential of 25 cents and a maximum potential there of a nice move of 45 cents there. Those are the trades you want to take. That's an A+ VWAP reject setup.
Yes.
When you have over, I think VWAP rejections, you really have to try to find over 4-to-1 trades, and if you can do that, you're definitely going to do good with the VWAP reject.
Right.
It's a strategy that you need to get more reward.
Yeah, look at NB or look at NIO. That's what I thought. I thought it might come down just because it had so much resistance there. Or IVZ is back to the VWAP here. I think you got to be a little careful with it at this point, though. I like it. A very obvious risk level of 2207. And so I would have to take smaller sizing with this one just because the range is bigger with IVC. But it doesn't necessarily look bad, especially letting it test, like I said, this 2215 level. And so I'd have to jump in with, like, I don't know, 60 shares, 75 shares. This is when I'm going to get the best risk to reward in this trade anyway. Is right around here at this whole dollar. But I could also see this one reversing, so I'm waiting a little bit. And there it goes. Yeah, a lot of people jumping in right around there just because it's good risk to reward. You know, you can see this thing start to tank right where I thought it might at 22. And there it's down to 70s. So, yeah, I probably missed out on this one. Hesitated a little bit with it, but caught it out right on the nose right here. I really like AMRN here, C64. See, I just missed it. Hesitated too much there. It's a little bit more expensive and a bigger range than I usually like to trade, and so I wasn't really ready to take that extra sizing or that extra range, and I wasn't really sure what kind of shares I should buy with IBZ. But no stress. Looking at AMRN at this point, I'd really like this one if it can get up to 2075, 2077. But called that one right on the dot for IVZ. Hey, appreciate it, James. Have a good day, brother. Nice work, Kevin. Nice work, Andre. Good job, man. CCCL was halted. I missed it. Whoa, look at CCCL, man. Yeah, crazy move there. Wow, CCCL is up $2.50 since the open. Yep, there goes IVZ. Perfect fade right there. Only thing I can really look for right now is AMRN. If it gets back up to, like I said, 77, 78. It's a big if. Also, while I'm waiting, if anybody's interested in signing up to TradeNet, I know their sale is actually ending on the 20th, so in 2 days, for the 20% off the intro package. And so in the next 2 days, you can get the intro package. Instead of $500, you can get it for $399. And so 20% off. We do make a small commission from it, but it's a good way to help support the channel if you want to help support us and you're interested in signing up anyways. But yeah, so biggest flaw with TradeNet, like I said, is some stocks aren't tradable. Today, PTI wasn't tradable, CCCL wasn't tradable, and so a lot of times these cheaper kind of runners that come out of nowhere aren't tradable. They do a decent job of adding it, but sometimes it takes a while, but easily the biggest flaw, and so I always want to mention that, make sure traders understand that. But here's the link if anybody's interested in signing up, and you can always reach out to me if you have any questions about it. There goes IVZ popping back up there. Missed out on about 50 cents missing that trade, but looking at NIO here. I want to see the bid at 46 at least. 46, 47 on the bid. AMRN watching it closely as well. IVZ looks interesting here. I think there's a big chance it might get squeezed up. That's the only thing kind of keeping me from IVZ here at this point. I think the better place to take it would have been up here around 22 on this first test up here. Solid risk. Now, you know, I think there's a chance it might get squeezed up, so. Looking at IGC, maybe for a VWAP bounce here. Not the, I mean, actually risk would be 429, so about 8 cent risk on IGC. Potential reward would be maybe at 45. And so from 37 to 45, about 8 cent reward. About, let's see, from here, 26 to 43. Or 33 would be
NIO looking really interesting there. I was looking for one more bounce to 45, but didn't get it.
Yeah,
now it's really getting slammed. It's all about the time in sales, guys. I actually set my time in sales today to 3,000, and you just start seeing it. 6,000 shares at 40, 3,000 shares at 42, then 4,500 shares at 30, now 34, 28. 34, 10,000 shares went through. 28, 11,000 shares went through. This is how you really get confirmation in these kinds of trades. Now, all you need to do is to see this stock bounce and kind of reject 740. And if it rejects at 740, it should keep coming down today.
I know
Daily chart supports it.
that was a beautiful move, man. Perfect fade. A lot of
That
resistance above.
second bounce definitely should attack that 46. You can risk off of this stock right there at 54 off the pre-market support there. What makes this stock a lot better at risking at that 54 is not only do you have the support from pre-market, but you have that kill candle that happened at 9:39. You can hold right up to the top of that kill candle, which was 54. Let's see if we get a bounce up here to 40 or 41. If I do get that, I might take a trade risking off of 47.
VKTX faded nicely too.
But
yeah, NIO. It's tough. I traded NIO yesterday, and I was able to take back a lot of the losses, and so it was a green trade, but never ended up breaking. Kind of held that 76 level all day. I'm looking at AMRN now at this point. If it can get up to, like I said, 74, 75, I'll take it risking off of 83, 84. So you're saying you're using a demo? You can tell I'm not using a demo, Stevie, because on TEFs, the demo accounts say demo right here.
In the account.
Right. For your account number, it says demo. I could show you the demo account they gave me. And really, I could show you my welcoming email if anybody thinks I'm using a demo. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think people, somebody else accused Mitch of using a demo account, but it's like, look, it's obvious. It's easy to tell if we're using a demo account or not. If anybody's ever used TEFs before, they know demo accounts say demo right here. If it actually has an account number, it's not a demo, All right, still watching AMRN. If it squeezes up about 10 more cents, I don't mind it. Or in AMRN. NIO bouncing back here. No, so you're Sachin. So when you use TEFs, you pay for a package, right? You pay for a package, and then they send you your funded account login. But you can't deposit into it. It's not like you can add to it. CREG halted. Yeah, somebody mentioned CREG earlier today. Yeah, and if anybody thinks I'm using a demo, I can clear that up really quick. Here, I'm going to snip a piece of my welcoming email. Just so you can see. Like, I'm not going to show anybody my password, obviously. But there you go. This is my email. I just looked it up. You can see live sub account has been opened. Funded account program. Same username. Same username here. You can look at the username here and see it's the same. And so this was actually from May. I've had this account since May. So yeah, not a paper account. There you go. I shouldn't have to do that, but if people, question my integrity, I gotta do it. Alright, anyways, back to watching AMRN, see if it's gonna squeeze up some here. Yeah, there's no way I'm showing you my password, man. Really, I've changed my password since I opened this account, so. But I guess we're hearing crickets now. Looking at IGC, Mitch. Check out IGC. It's coming down under the VWAP here. At this point, my main watch is AMRN.
What was that stuff?
IGC. It's coming down underneath the VWAP.
Alright. Alright, did a kind of a small VWAP reject that's 440. So the only way to take this trade now is up there in 35s, risking off of 40. But I don't think this is very a viable risk to reward. You see the top of the stock, it's kind of halfway. Not really giving you kind of a trend, let's say.
Yeah.
I personally just don't like it.
Yeah, it's up too much already. Too poor risk reward as well.
Yeah, that's really where it comes down to.
Look at VKTX. What do you think about VKTX? Tight range, risk of 1250 or 1450 looks okay. Maybe 1456, 1454 looks decent.
I'm watching right now just to keep an eye on it, ECYT, but
what did it end up doing today?
It's just been kind of consolidating there in between 23.54 and 23.40, 43. So what I'm seeing is I want to hold for a little while. Then I want to see a huge order go through on the time and sales down here at the bottom to show me that someone's going to scoop this up and take it to 24.
Look at VKTX here. May take a little shot on VKTX, just with small share size, just trying to let it work. Still looking at AMRN, so I might want to open up another trading window, actually. But VKTX looks good with a tight risk. Alright, so I'm in with 100 shares on VKTX. Risk is at this 1454 level, so about a 7-cent risk. Also have a trading window up on AMRN. Like I said, I've been watching AMRN for a little bit here. The only problem with AMRN is it kind of looks like a triangle on the upside, ascending triangle. All right, VKTX is testing the $0.50 now. I want to see a rejection here on VKTX. Good, I like that drop. Let's see if it holds under there. Good, I like that drop. Just gives me more resistance above now, which I like about it. Back up to 50 again. 52s. Spread's clearing up for VKTX. I don't want to see a lot of buy orders come in here. 53s. $53s, got to be careful here. Yeah, I think the problem with both of my trades today, maybe I jumped in too low of stocks, too low of volume stocks. I see a lot of low volume with both of the stocks I jumped into today. And so I want that follow through. I don't know if I'm going to get it with this low volume. The thing I do like about VKTX here is that it is forming lots of resistance above it. You can see all this resistance above it from 57, 54, now 53s. You know, so it's forming some resistance above it. I do like that aspect of it, that it has to break over a lot of resistance. And so hopefully it works out for me, but we'll see. I'll get it for you after this. I don't know it. I have to call him.
Just write it down.
Okay. Yeah, I've been watching AMRN for like the last 5 minutes, maybe 5-10 minutes, and just waiting for it to get up to that 70s level. I'll take it if it gets up to 70s, but it's got to get up there.
I didn't take a trade right now, but I definitely was tempted. On I to short around there at $37. I was gonna risk off of 37.11. I see the potential in this stock really big, up there to 36.52. So essentially, I could get a 50-cent profit on this. So the 11-cent risk doesn't really seem bad. Definitely had that third top there when it got over 37s. I was looking for a rejection of 37.12. And when that next candle hit and it opened at 37.01, definitely wanted to go ahead and take that risk right there. That was the moment where you could have got in and already be taking a little bit of profit here at the first support, 78s, and then looking for 50s and then $36 at the end. Wasn't going to be a bad trade. Just didn't want to take this kind of high risk or high reward, but really fast trader in I.
Okay.
Definitely not on my laptop where I feel a little bit uncomfortable. Would rather be in a time where I can use my speed to my advantage.
Yeah, for sure. Sorry, my wife keeps talking to me, asking me stuff.
For sure.
Yeah, no, I've been watching that one for a while. I like all the double tops on it.
Yeah, you got that third top right there, and it was definitely a beauty.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, sorry, my wife's been asking me a bunch of questions. Um, Look, there's IGC for that slight VWAP projection possibly there. VKTX is battling the VWAP here. It's got a lot of resistance above it. I like the fact that it got rejected these few times. And so, like I always say, all I can do is hold it to my levels. If it breaks my levels, I can get out. No stress. If it goes down to my profit levels, that's great. You know, just waiting and seeing. There's been a lot of fades in the market, though, lately. There really has. IVZ has faded numerous times today. There's 54s. This is going to be the level I got to be careful with. Specifically 55, 56 for VKTX here. The spread's a little low and the volume's a little low, so I got to watch out for that. But hey, Carol. Somebody needs to play the Jeopardy music with VKTX. This thing is just sitting in this little 6-cent range from 54s to 47s. The little 5-cent range or 7-cent range. And it's just been sitting there for a while. Part is the spread.
All right, I'm watching CRON, you guys. I want this to kind of come down, reject 91s, and then break out over 11 here. Definitely looks interesting there. You could take maybe this trade here at 11 and risk off of that 91, but what I would like to see is one more rejection of the support being broken down here. And then you can use the VWAP. You can use also the pre-market high, which is 1081, to use your risk here. Definitely seeing a couple levels that you can base your risk on, and potential reward up there to 1116, 1115.
Alright, VKTX, I'm probably going to get out pretty soon here. I'm going to let it test this last resistance at 57. And then if it breaks that, that's kind of my cue to get out. Maybe, I don't know, maybe 60, but I think I should just stick to my levels. Spread's tightening up a little bit. It's back down to 52s. NIO. Yeah, I want to see NIO back at the VWAP, really. It's testing these lows here, especially if it holds resistance. Let me pull it up on this chart. Especially if it holds resistance at this 32 level.
That big bid just went through there on Kron. So really pay attention to see if it's going to break down the support there at 91. If it doesn't break the support here at 91, I think it's a very viable long. You can base your risk off of either 91 or 81 or even the VWAP, somewhere in between there. I would base my risk off of 90 if I got in somewhere at this point. You can give yourself a kind of 5-cent risk with a 15-cent reward. Also, you could wait to see if it fails a little bit more and bounces off the VWAP here. But I definitely think, yeah, if it can hold that support there that it's trying to balance on right now and curve back around, it definitely looks viable. You just want to see a rejection here of the support, and then it kind of curl around and turn green.
Yep.
Definitely looks interesting there.
All right, VKTX, it's looking like it's going to push up here. I'll let it hold to my levels, like I said. That's all I can do, and if it stops me out, that's okay. Really getting a little...
Kind of interesting there at 85s to buy Cron, but I don't think the long is going to be the way that I end my 11-day streak.
Yeah. That'd be ironic, man.
Yeah. That would just kind of show me, stick with the strategies that are mostly paid out.
Right, stick with what works.
But it definitely is interesting. You have this 81 level to risk off of, and let's see what happens there.
All right, there's 60. I'm going to jump out here.
All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here, guys. I got to get back to work, focus on things. I'll definitely be back tomorrow, bright and early, ready to go, ready to continue the streak. We're going to go and try to push to 12 days and just continue. Let's do this.
Yep, I got out for a $26 loss today. No stress. I held the stock to my levels. That's all I can really do. The frustrating thing is that I just didn't take big enough sizing. I'm really ready to get this student account so I can start taking a little bit larger sizing. What was the first stock I traded today? Let me look it up. NBEV. And so, yeah, the frustrating thing is that if I would have held NBEV to my levels here, if I would have sold a partial here, it would have been a break-even trade. I think maybe I forced VKTX a little bit too much here. I don't think it was a bad fade, especially considering how some of these have acted today, like IVZ and stuff like that. I held the stock to my levels. That's all I can really do. It's been a little bit of a tough week. This is the first... I mean, I don't usually have 2 losing days in a row, and yesterday was a losing day, and today was a losing day. And so I'm not going to say I'm a little uncomfortable with it. Obviously, I'm disappointed, but it's kind of like what we were talking about yesterday, is that as long as I hold the stock to my levels, that's all I can do. In a trade, all I can do is hold the stock to my levels. If it works out, great, and if it stops me out, that's okay too. But I stuck to my plan. I let it work. I'm going to review today's trade, see what I can possibly tweak with my setups, and just move on. Hopefully have a good day tomorrow. So no stress. And, yep, I'm going to go ahead and close the stream down. Sam Bet, I am using TEFs, which is TradeNet's partnering broker. They charge $3 for a round trip with the share sizing I'm using. If you're interested in checking out TradeNet and TEFs, TEFs is TradeNet's partnering broker. I can put the link in here. But yeah, the biggest problem with it is that some stocks are not tradable. It's easily the biggest frustrating thing about it, is that some stocks are not tradable. You do want to understand that if anybody's interested in signing up. And like I said, we make a small commission from it, but it's one of the ways we support the channel. But like I said, understand that some stocks are not going to be tradable, and that's the biggest thing you want to understand. I try to be honest with people about it. Also, commissions, I think after ECN fees are around 0.0075 per trade. Yeah, no stress, Sam. All right, guys, have a good day. I'll see you all tomorrow at the same time as always for all our class. I'll see you all tonight. And thanks for watching. Good luck.